So we are going to now honor some of the people who have really helped to get our education program off and running. And so as you may or may not know, back in 2018, correct? 2018, I'm looking at Greg. No, not Greg, it would be for Northrop Grumman. Northrop Grumman started by giving us $100,000 a year for, it was 9 years because the first year was to something else. We had $100,000 a year, basically $1 million to kickstart our education program. Without that, we wouldn't have been able to do any of this. And it's still paying the bills today for really important work that we're doing. We've had since then other donors who have also contributed to the education, but it's really been an important part of what we do. And so this is ensured long-term growth for us. And it really was their vision to underpin long-term growth and that foundational work to sustain us. So everything you see today was started because of that work of that donation from Northrop Grumman. So we're going to honor Northrop Grumman in just a minute. Neil Dillon is going to join us. And then also we have our partners with the University of Maryland Global Campus. So when we started building this, started the CCI campaign, there was the state of Maryland started contributing money to this. And they were, contributing to the capital campaign, but they said, we want you to have a partnership with the University of Maryland system. And in doing that, they wanted to have a primary partner named UMGC it was UMUC at the time, UMGC as our primary partner. And so, and also the UMGC president joined our board. It was Javier Mieres, and now Gregory Fowler is now on our board. But they also gave us Greg von Lehman. And so in doing so, they gave us Greg. So I'm going to have, and he has just been so pivotal in many ways, and things that, that connect the dots that you probably wouldn't think about. I mean, Greg is really active in the Maryland, as part of his job with UMGC, is really active in the Maryland legislature and setting up some of these cyber, the cyber working groups, which he's gotten me on. So, so that also gets us a lot of insight into what's going on in the state of Maryland as well. So those connections are really, really important. And later in the meeting today, I'll talk about some of the work we've done with the Maryland General Assembly. So you can see the fruits of our labor in that work as well. So we kind of got this two-pronged thing from Greg von Lehman, both the University of Maryland Global Campus connection, as well as that connection to the Maryland legislature. So Jackie is going to come up and read the awards. And I think we're having Neil come up first for Northrop Grumman.
So Mark couldn't be here, so he did have some words that he wanted to share about his partnership and his working with Northrop Grumman. So I'm going to read what Mark would have said. Northrop Grumman believed in our efforts from the very start in 2017. As NCF presented its dream for an educational program founded on a partnership with the University of Maryland Global Campus and NSA's College of Cyber, Northrop Grumman saw the potential of excellence. Rooted in their support was the early idea of creating a cyber curriculum and a visual cyber center for education and innovation. Sustained funding is key to allow ideas to bloom into reality. Your commitment to a 9-year, $100,000 annual donation became the cornerstone of our program. Today, we have a community-recognized cybersecurity curriculum guidelines used by many like Teach Cyber, University of Alabama in Huntsville, Army Junior ROTC, and others to create in-classroom cybersecurity curriculum materials. Through our virtual cyber chat program, we've reached into hundreds of classrooms across the United States. We share cybersecurity principles and pique the interest of thousands of students in cybersecurity professions. Our success today is only possible due to Northrop Grumman's generosity and sustained support. It gives us great pleasure to present the inaugural Excellence in Support of the NCF Education Program Corporate Award to Northrop Grumman.
Thank you very much, Laura. Thank you so much. Mike Hurd, who you all know, would have been here this morning, but he had another engagement. And Jennifer Walsmith, who's our Vice President in the Cyber and Information Solutions, who I work directly for in corporate communications, is also out of town. But what a great honor. What a great honor. What a great partnership. And, you know, while I'm sitting in the back room, you know, listening to Jessica and looking at that middle poster up there with high school and middle school education programs. I've got kids in high school and middle school, and I know that they are so invested and interested in STEM. But the partnership that Northrop Grumman has had for the last 9 years growing is monumental. And it's very, very important for us as we see the progress made and the outstanding contributions that you've made in educating the public on cybersecurity. So this is going to continue on, and we are so appreciative of this award. And we take these awards very seriously because this is a partnership, but it's also a friendship that's also been built with Laura and Mike.
Yes.
And please tell Mark that we wish him well during his procedure this week. But again, thank you so much. Thanks for recognizing Northrop Grumman, and on behalf of the 90,000 employees, we welcome this, and we thank each and every one of you and Laura.
Okay, thank you so much. All right, Dr. Von Lehman. Which one, Christine?
But I wanted you to come around in front of the.
Oh, I'm sorry. We need to come back up.
Can you come back?
Once the podium out of the way.
Yes.
How do you just move it now?
Okay. There we go.
Thank you.
Okay. All right, Dr. Von Lehman. And also, I want to say before we introduce Greg, we are really, really happy to have Dr. Doug Harrison here with Greg for accepting the award. And he is their Dean of the Cybersecurity School at University of Maryland Global Campus. So really, really excited to have you here and to meet you and hopefully get some time to talk with you later. So, okay, Greg, come on up.
Mark would have said, to help guide NCF's early ideas on education, an advisory board between University of Maryland Global Campus and NCF was established in 2014, called the Cyber Education Program Advisory Board, or CPAP. In short, it was formed so UMGC, then called University of Maryland University College, and NCF could work together to propose an education program. UMGC committed $250,000 in support. Greg Von Lehman was central to the running of that organization. Early efforts included 2 joint symposiums, Cyber at the Crosswords and Eligible Receiver 97, and presentations during Cyber Maryland conferences. Greg was instrumental in NCF discussions through 2017 as we crafted our vision for NCF's education program. His astute guidance and partnership led to the proposed acceptance by Northrop Grumman and the start of the NCF efforts to date. His help in creating NCF's message and participation in an early meeting with the National Initiative for Cybersecurity Education, or NICE, legitimized NCF's stature within the community and continues today. Greg has been the dominant player in helping us establish our educational program. His advice and counsel were instrumental to the work we did with CPAB, 2 symposiums, NCF operational program agreements with NSA, working with Maryland state committees, and many more behind the scene activities. It gives us great pleasure to present the inaugural Excellence in Support of the NCF Education Program Individual Award to Mr. Greg Von Lehman.
So an academic is never at a loss for words. So I just wanted to say a few things and appreciate the opportunity to do that. First of all, it's a real privilege to receive this honor from the foundation. It's especially a privilege because of the personal relationships I've developed over the years with Laura and Mark and others who are part of the foundation. And because of the impactful work that you've seen the foundation is doing. It's also a privilege to be part of the class of 2022 with Northrop Grumman. Northrop Grumman, not only as a result of its partnership with the foundation, but its work with Cyber Maryland, its funding special initiatives at various universities across the university system of Maryland, and I'm sure in other states, is really having an impact where it counts on at the K-12 levels. And, you know, this is not just a private sector workforce issue. This is also a national security issue. since 80% of the critical infrastructure is in the private sector. So it's really impressive that Northrop Grumman is stepping up and contributing to this national effort. And then finally, my own university, I want to acknowledge the support that the university has had for the foundation and the work that it's been doing with the initial grant financial sponsorship of various events through the years, but also in supporting my activity with the foundation and also public service in Maryland with the state legislature. Let me just say that this was an especially good year in the Maryland legislature for state and local government cybersecurity and also for workforce development in the state of Maryland, cybersecurity workforce development. I guess the big question is, is the glass half empty or half full? When you think about the efforts that have been going on now for a decade or more by private sector companies like Northrop Grumman, universities like my own, the federal government certainly with the NICE initiative at NIST. Is the glass half empty or half full? And I would say it's half full. There's so much impactful work being done. We're asking the right questions. Where can we have an impact? You got to start with K-12 and those kids to build a pipeline. There's a lot of effort now that's mobilized in reaching out and trying to raise awareness in their minds about cybersecurity careers, and also efforts to provide resources at state, within school districts across the country. And, there are a lot of unsung heroes, and I'll just conclude with a story. I was at a NICE, a National Initiative for Cybersecurity Education K-12 conference, and I was talking with a very young teacher. She couldn't have been in teaching for more than just maybe a couple of years, from Alabama. And I suggested to her, with all the developments in AI, wouldn't it be possible to have AI robots teaching computer science and cybersecurity in the classroom? And number one, she didn't want to have anything to do with that because number two, she was passionate about teaching cybersecurity and computer science in her school district. And she wanted to keep doing that. And in fact, she said she was the only computer science / cybersecurity teacher in her district. And she taught as a circuit rider across the district. So, so this award, is meant to shine a spotlight on all those efforts in cybersecurity. And as I say, there are a lot of unsung heroes. So this award belongs to them too. So thank you very much.
Great.
Thank you.